Beyblade X might have just gotten the biggest leak possible as of recent times, or has it? In this video, we'll be investigating some of the latest Beyblade X rumors, taking a look at it, and seeing how valid they are. So if you are excited and like bays that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts, and make sure to check out Mall of Bays. We restocked on the new CX11, and we have other items on our shop. We import from Japan, and we are Canadian based. It is an optional way to support the channel, and I appreciate any and all support regardless. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna be talking about this leak right here that I've seen kind of appear, and by leak, I mean actually just rumor. It's a rumor. What I've noticed a lot now with Beyblade leaks is a lot of time they're not actually leaks, they're mostly just rumors or people just spreading fan speculation and pretending that it's an actual, like, oh, this is the leak. Like, for an example, I've seen something, I'll say recent, but I haven't seen it in a while, but a lot of times we'll see like this thing where it'll be like a release catalog, and it's not like the generic thing that we'll usually get where it'll be like, okay, this month is a UX starter, this month is a CX starter. It'll be like, Spriggan Flare 2.5 Unite or whatever for this month, or stuff like that. And it just kind of gets passed around, and I think for the most part people will see that like, no, that's not really like a credible thing at all. I almost don't like, in a way, how it's losing a lot of meaning, so then after when things do get reported that it could be like this exciting upcoming information, it just kind of gets lost in all like the fucking stupid, like the fan speculation shit. And the other thing too, for an example that I've seen, is that obviously what we get reported is that all importers will have this thing where there'll be the release catalog. So they'll put those pre-orders up ahead of time so that people can actually do the order. So then we know that it's credible because multiple people are reporting on it for that specific info. But then after, you know, someone could just be easily just building off of that info just to put whatever speculation on here. So that's when it gets really confusing, because what we talk about could be actually true. Maybe it is actually true. We'll actually see. We're going to examine, because there is some potential way that this news we're reporting could be actually accurate, which I'm going to be getting towards. The names apparently that have leaked, right? Or the rumor in this case that we're gonna be talking about is in the image. You'll see it up on the screen, or as I'm looking at my phone. Meteor Dragoon 370J, the UX random booster, which for some reason, that's really strange that doesn't have some type of name for it, because they would have December, but not all of December, but then they also have January. January is a CX12, PhoenixFlare Z980, WW, I guess that's wall wedge or some shit like that. So, I mean, we'll talk about it. So, the thing with this is that I was trying to think, like, when have we gotten any real leak recently that's been real and we saw it way ahead of time? We did see like the November release get revealed way before the actual new stuff, like with Emperor Might, with Wolf Hunt. Someone actually had the physical box and was actually weighing the parts, if you recall that. So I'm looking at that and thinking, okay, maybe this could be some origin where maybe someone somehow got the box for the future releases, and that's how they're reporting on it. And the reason why there's no UX random booster is because they couldn't get that random booster box. Because on the other hand too, like, we did get Fox like a way ahead of time where someone did get the physical bay, but it could also be that someone can get the physical bay but not actually know what the full name is and all that stuff. Like when Fox Brush, the parts where someone got them way ahead of time of the release, we didn't know the names of any of the parts. We just saw, oh, it's the custom line and whatever. So I could see maybe some validity to this. Now, this comes off of someone who originally said something that someone is reporting off of that person, and then it kind of just goes in like this circle of like a broken telephone of who said what originally. So this is supposedly from a store that had these names and info. Now, I do remember that, for an example, we did get like Pegasus Blast on like this catalog thing with the name and info. So then I'm thinking, okay, there is a history of certain type of leaks occurring that maybe this could be valid. So in my opinion, I don't think there's any credibility to this, because I don't think, unless we can know for sure who, what, and where it originally came from, it's all speculative. But on the off chance that this is accurate, actually the news, we will now talk about it. So instead of me doing a terrible Photoshop, shout out to Frosty Art, because they do amazing custom Beyblade X art and artwork. I highly recommend you check out their social media and support them by commissioning them, because they did some pretty good stuff you're going to see in this video. So with this, we're going to talk about Meteor Dragoon. Okay, we had Impact Drake, and the reason why they call it Impact is because it has the rubber, and every time they try to advertise right spin with rubber, they'll always say it's to repel the opponents. And then after, whenever it's left spin, they'll say, well, it's to absorb, it's to take in impact. So I would think, okay, so instead of Impact Drake and like Impact Dragoon, which would make sense for the namesake, it'll be like Absorb Dragoon. Meteor Dragoon is a little bit interesting because that is a name reference, which I think that would be almost like a double homage, technically speaking, to our little friend right here that I'm holding, El Drago. If you are a Metal Fight fan, you'll know that Meteor El Drago was like, I think this is the most relevant bay when you talk about a spin stealer or spin equalizer. Then after maybe there would be like Drain Fafnir, but Meteor, you know, it's pretty close to each other. And since we're already getting all these homage bays to Metal Fight Beyblade, maybe it's like this mix where it's like, it's a Dragoon and it's an El Drago reference at the same time. And what did Meteor Drago come with on its release? Rubber. It came with rubber. It's rubber. So again, you know, this namesake could make some sense. Now, the other parts they say is 370, which that's gonna be lame as fuck if that's true. Like, you couldn't give us like a 660 or something like that. I don't know, like, that's kind of meh. Now, the J, I thought, well, okay, so Cobalt Dragoon basically had, you know, this tip, the spiral, or the left flat from El Drago. I guess like a left big tradition. And I thought, okay, well, what could J be for the name? And I thought, well, I know my bloody long one is because I couldn't find it. Jolt. You just do Cyclone, but it's with rubber. Because I mean, if we did get an equalizer in Beyblade X, I think that would be like super crazy for the actual meta. You could have something where if stamina bays become too crazy, you have an equalizer to shut them down. If you have it where attack gets too strong, you have an equalizer to shut them down. Obviously, in my opinion, I would prefer like just pure left spin attack, no equalizer. Which in fairness, you know, Cobalt Dragoon is just used on Elevate because that's the only option. But I mean, it almost sounds like it has to be Takara Tomy because they're just reusing old shit. That's how believable it is. Because for the most part, we don't usually get like new parts every single month or completely new parts. There's always some part that's being recycled. So there's the other one, which is apparently supposed to be for the January release, which is the PhoenixFlare. So this Phoenix, it sounds to me at least, this would have to be a defense type release, which if you look at the history per season, we did have Phoenix Wing, which was supposed to be this bay to take everything to the new era. It was the heaviest blade at the time of release, or as heavy as Cobalt Drake at least. It was an attacker and had a presence for like, I would say it's still going decently strong for 2 years in. And then after, in the following season, you had Phoenix Rudder, which looked really cool, and that's the only nice thing I can say about it, because nothing good came out of it. I guess 970, technically speaking, like Glide was, you know. I mean, now we have it where this could maybe make some sense, because if you'll notice, Phoenix goes from a first season attack, then to stamina, and then it would be defense. And if we think about it, like, there is another bay that could maybe add some validity to this, which is Leon Claw, because Leon Claw, first season was a balance type. They gave, in season 2, a defense type Leon, and then after in season 3, you're thinking, well, there's no Leon. There is Leon Fang, and it's an attack type. And if you think about it also, Phoenix Rudder is a stamina type. Stamina types beat defense types. Now it's a defense Phoenix, and Leon is an attack type, so defense versus attack. That's gonna be my copium. 980, it almost sounds comedically true, because that would mean Phoenix does 960, 970, 980, just keeps on going up. Wall Wedge, I'm gonna Photoshop that probably. I thought Wall Ball was okay. I don't think it was better than Hexa. I thought it was fine defensively as a bit, but you know, that was about it. I like Wedge. I think Wedge, if you can get it on a ratchet where it doesn't burst as much, and a bit they can actually hold on to the ratchet, so that's already asking for a lot. It's fine. What do you think of all these rumors and information? Do you think it's true? Maybe it is true. We do actually get a Meteor Dragoon. I want to give a quick shout out to our channel members: Matt Mighty Penguin, Degree, Gabriel, Paul, TSW, Matt Seymour, Moad Adlan, Kimono, Nick, Johannes. It is an optional way to support the channel via the membership, and I thank you either way for your support. That's kind of it for this video. So I want to say thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for this video, and I want to say take care and bye.